A weem away, a weem away, a weem away. What are we doing? Get out of the way. What's going on? What is going on with everybody around here? Shout out to all the powers and sea bandits. Put your hands where my eyes can see. I said, put your hands. Hey. Put your hands where my eyes can see. Straight Buck Wild. It's the place to be. If you really want to party with me, I said, put your hands where my eyes can see. Put your hands. Shout out to all the Pirates and Sea Bandits. Thank you for joining. Subscribe to the channel, like the channel, share all the videos. Don't forget to hit the notification bell icon to notify you on all new videos that's posted on this channel. Happy Friday, everybody. Hopefully everybody had a great week of work. Hopefully everybody's families are safe and well-being and under good faith. Let's just say that. As you can see, my hashtag and the avatar. Yes, we are getting down like that this year. I will be using avatars. I said, put your hands where my eyes can see. If you really want to party with me, Straight Buck Wildin', it's a place to be. Ooh, yeah. So we got a couple things to talk about. We're going to talk about Mike Williams, former Buck player who had a tragic accident or tragic situation happen at a work site. And we're going to talk about Mike Evans' contract. It is Friday. What did I tell y'all yesterday about the contract? We at the end of the day, we gave him until Saturday. So, okay. And also, last but not least, we're going to talk about the schedule. I will be making my schedule prediction today. Today, Newton, today. Man, hold up. You want to know why? Because I'm crispy, man. Man, hold up. I'm crispy, man. Shout out to Bucs, Rays, Bolts. The Rays got to tighten up, man. The Rays got to tighten up. Sandoval 813. Rip, I see you, man. Dave, the Maestro. Da Maestro. Did I say that right? Dave Da or Dave Duh? Dave the Maestro. What's up? Rashad West. What in the building? West Side. Brent. What's going on? Da first. Tonio. Grizzlo in the building. Haitian Boy 407. Roy. Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. Shout out to you and your platform. Molly Mall. Where have you been at? My guy. Hey, Rod, what's up, man? My guy. Molly Mall in the building. Y'all Cowboys, a lot of expectations again this year. Here we go again. Cowboys this, Cowboys that. What y'all gonna do? What y'all gonna do? I'm just saying. Cowboys again. Every time. It's got to be Cowboy this and Cowboy that and Cowboy this and Cowboy that. I'm so sick of that. So sick of them Cowboys. Sick of it. You hear me? Sick. Cody Russell, 48 Lightning Films, exclusive Garvey. What's up, man? Look, man, I'm not saying I'm always right, but when I'm right, I tend to kind of be right, don't I? I don't be when I'm right, I'm right. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like when I'm right, I'm like all the way right. I don't tap dance around. This is why I speak how I speak. Some of y'all might not like the tone, some of you do. But at the end of the day, it's the truth. Whether I yell it, medium sound, or soft spoken, it's still the facts. Facts will always trump the truth. I'm sorry. Well, facts will always trump feelings. Hashtag facts over feelings. Y'all understand how that works? My platform is based on factual, logical thought process. None of this fairy tale, superstitious stuff. I don't do that. Mobbing for Christ 30. Patrick Spooner. Go Bucs. Big Buck. What's up, man? Look, let them get emotional. Let them get emotional. They'll be okay. They'll get over it. Jonathan Brutus. What's up, man? They'll be okay. I'm just saying they'll be okay. I'm just saying. Let them get mad. Let them be upset. They'll be all right. Okay? I'm just saying. So let's get down to business. Mike Williams' status. Apparently, he's off life support. Apparently, he's off life support. If the reports are true, that is outstanding news for Mike Williams. I am so glad he pulled through. We don't like to see people in general being in critical conditions, life-threatening conditions, whether it's your family, close friends, spouse, children, and even some cases, even animals or pets, But, sometimes we don't understand why things happen. You know what I'm saying? Things happen for a reason. And in this case, we don't know why it happened. It happened in an unfortunate circumstance. The man was out there working, trying to provide for his family, make an honest living, and he got hit upside the head by a steel beam, and he immediately collapsed, critical condition, life-threatening condition, went to the hospital. And for some strange reason, one thing about social media, you guys got to understand about social media, it's always who's first. Forget the truth. Forget the reason behind it. I got to get the information out there first. I want to be the first to report the information. Because people think first is always the best thing to do when it comes to social media. That's why you never see me always out in front with videos. Sometimes when things happen with the Bucs, I just wait. I want to be first. Everybody's in a race to get information out to the public. Social media has created a monster in people. Liars, deceivers, scam artists, etc., 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 etc. So in this particular case, the news that was reported at the very beginning was a lie. Exactly, Lightning Films. Shame on that individual who reported that false information. Because when it happened, I think a day or two later, his family was in the hospital and his daughter spoke to him and he opened his eyes, he cried, he couldn't move. I just find it funny Just find it funny. It's just a shame that we live in a world where the truth is no longer the necessity. Who cares about the truth, right? Who cares about the truth? I am happy. I am glad that the man is doing well. He's doing a lot better. Um, Prayers up to Mike Williams and his family. Um, Excitement. It's always good to see people recover, and I'm happy for him and his family. I hope things get better, you know. But they say he's doing a whole lot better. He was taken off life support and he's responsive. So please continue the prayers for Mike Williams and his family. Okay? So I'm happy with that. So we had to get out. He had to get that out the way. He's off life support. That is that is so good. God is good all the time, right? If you believe in God, right? Some of you probably don't, but there is a higher power somewhere. It was a steel beam. Yes, it was a steel beam at work. Yes, Buck Nation, the reports were terrible. I'm not going to go down the list of people who falsely stated that he passed away. People just don't get it. And one of these situations is going to happen. And I'm not saying, look, every day something tragic happens. Whether we sleep, when we wake up, in the bathroom, driving, every day right now at this moment, there's something tragic happening. And one of these reporters and these low level reporters or mid-level media members is going to report something and they're going to regret it for the rest of their life. People got to stop doing that. Let everything play out and then report it. So now the knuckleheads got to backtrack. Because when you put something like that out, people go with it. People are like, okay, that's why. Oh, because when that happened, I was like, oh, Mike Williams is on life support. Like, I'm thinking, is he passed away? Like, I'm thinking he passed away. Then it came out he's on life support. Then today he's off life support, just like that. In a matter of a couple days, you went from he passed away and he's still alive, and he will pull through. It's a damn shame, man. It's a damn shame. And the people that reported it, these platforms, are you going to own up to your mistake? And now where's the talk about him off life support? I want to know that. Now that he's off life support, why is social media not blowing up saying he's off life support and he will pull through? Where's all the hype at? Where's the backing behind that? That should let y'all know how social media works. Social media works off of negativity and bad news. Please understand that. Lies, fairy tales, facade, fake image. That's what social media is based on. Do not get caught up into that, folks. A lot of people sound tough on social media. I guarantee you, at least about 80% of them in person are nothing like they are in real life. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. People don't live that lifestyle they live on social media. I'm telling you. People be talking reckless too. I've been seeing those comments. They be talking reckless. And I'm out there. So if you want to catch me somewhere, you know where I'm at. I'm at the game. I'm in Tampa sometimes. You know. So I am who I am. A couple people has met me before. They know. I don't live this fake life. I don't do that. Anyway, so now next topic. Mike Evans. What did I tell you yesterday about Mike Evans' contract? If it's not signed by the end of the day, it's not happening. So far, I'm right. So far, I am right. I told y'all, if there is no contract by the end of today, it is not going to happen. And what did I get? Just go around social media. Optimism is all, it's okay. But at the end of the day, reality always trumps optimism. You can't convince people something you want to believe. What you can do is you can convince people to see the truth, especially when it comes to emotional platforms like football and players. Fans' attachment to players can get out of control, meaning no matter what you say, they're going to always have a rebuttal because they want to be right. In this particular case, I've spoken about Mike Evans hundreds of times, whether it's on the field, doing his thing, and now in this particular situation, his contract. I spoke on this. And you can go on Facebook, you can go on Twitter. Some of these cats didn't want to listen. They didn't want to hear it. They wanted to make people believe what they feel was going to happen. Hashtag reality over optimism. It's going to always win. Yes, what did I tell y'all? It could happen. The contract can get signed. But if they've been at the contract negotiation table for this long, this amount of time, and it hasn't been signed yet, it's not going to happen. So you mean to tell me all of a sudden on Saturday, the day before the game, the contract gets done? That doesn't happen that often, folks. I would be shocked if the Bucs throw out a contract on Saturday. If they do it, congratulations, great job by the Glacier family and Jason Light and Mike Greenberg and John Smith. Congratulations by getting Mike Evans signed before the season starts. But the probability is not high. And from a business perspective, I'm not going to go too much into details, but from a business perspective, it don't make sense. Oh, no, I get it. I know a lot of y'all mad and upset at the Glazer family, and that's okay. I made a Facebook post about former NFL receivers. Some all-time great receivers not being able to finish on their original team. You can get mad, but once you calm down and think about the business perspective, the emotions go away. That's why you never see me really upset about the Mike Evans contract. You're not going to see me upset about the Mike Evans contract. Why? Because my emotions is under control. I love the game of football, but I don't have any emotional ties to a player. That's not how I function. You can argue me down about your favorite player, but okay. I like a lot of players around the NFL, but I'm not attached to one player. I'm attached to the Bucs. I'll defend my team left and right. But what I cannot do as a football fan is make myself a just highly, just over the top, don't want to hear anything. It's my way, the highway type fan. There are receivers that are 3-4 times better than Mike Evans that did not finish on the original team. What made you think that Mike Evans is the exception to the rule? Exactly, Patrick Spooner. It's the NFL is a business first, folks. The owners care about money. You think they really care about the game? I think there might be maybe 1 or 2 owners, maybe 3 at the most, that actually care about football. Those men are not billionaires because of football. They were billionaires before football. And you really think they really care about the players? They own the team to make money. Let that be clear. That is the first priority of these owners. And how they spend their money, they have a team, they have a financial team, CFO, advisor. They have a team full of people that manage their money. The NFL financial, each team has a finance team, right? But even the owners have a finance team that manages the assets of the owners. All the assets they own, whether it's real estate, business, entertainment, material, resources, minerals, gold, whatever the case may be, stocks, crypto. They manage the whole financial portfolio. It's not just about football when it comes to the owners. And they get advice from their advisors, the financial advisors, risk analysis, risk advisors that pay attention to the football contracts. These guys that you don't even see, they behind the scenes. They can care less about football. All they care about is money. These are the men, the young men, the middle-aged men, the older men that you will never see. You will never know. They manage billion-dollar portfolios. They advise the Glazers, in my opinion, just from a business perspective, in the Mike Evans contract situation, they probably gave the Glazers advice in saying that's not a good deal. Being that the fact that the situation that the Bucs are in this year and moving forward, a ton of dead cap space this year. They got some bad contracts, and they got some young guys that they're going to have to pay. That is not a good financial decision to sign Mike Evans to a 3-year deal, Cooper Kupp-like. And he wants the mid-$20 million deal. I'm going to ask this question one more time. Well, a few more times. How many teams are paying 2 receivers that are making $20 million? And especially in the Bucs case. The Bucs are not Super Bowl contenders. Why would you put $40 million into 2 receivers? I'm just giving it to you from the business perspective. I'll give it to you from a fan perspective. I'm just giving it to you from the reality of the situation. What middling team is going to give 2 guys in the same position $20 million? That's right. I said it. The Bucs are a middling team. They're not terrible. They're not top tier. They're a middling team. Why would you do that? It's not like the Bucs are just 1 or 2 pieces away. I'm just keeping it real. Facts over feelings. That is not a great business decision to pump out $23, $24, $25 million for a receiver that is 30, that will be 31 years old when that new contract kicks in. There is no hate to Mike Evans. He has done nothing wrong. It's just business. Get over it. The Bucs have priorities. They got to look. Evans is still a priority. Don't get me wrong. The Bucs can still sign him next offseason. But even next offseason, if they resign him with March, April, he'll be 31 next summer with a fat contract. Did y'all not listen to me about Shaq Barrett's cap hit next year? Did y'all not listen to me? The Bucs are in a awkward situation because once again, I'm gonna keep emphasizing this. They're not terrible. They're not really, really, really good. And they have some young guys under 26 years old, 25, 26 years old that they need to pay the big money. And the quarterback situation, they have no money tied up into that. Because what if in an alternate universe, Earth 616 or Earth 919, whatever you want to call it, the multiverse, that Baker Mayfield becomes this elite quarterback? Then what do you do? Because he's going to want a fat contract. What happens if Baker Mayfield, for whatever reasons, it's going to take a lot of variables for this to happen, he becomes a top tier elite quarterback? Now the Bucs got to fork up $30+ million for a Baker Mayfield. You can't do that if you have Mike Evans at a contract at 23, 24, $25 million. Mike Evans wants to be paid as a top 10 receiver. Unfortunately, I can easily name 10 receivers that are better than him in today's NFL. And that's just the facts. There's nothing, no hate. It's just, if this was 3-4 years ago, I'm riding with you, Evans, when it comes to the contract. But I just don't agree with where the Bucs are headed. Mike Evans, and as much as y'all don't want to hear this, I think he'll get paid. I think the chances of the Bucs paying him is not high. There could be a team that might offer up some draft picks. And if I were the Bucs, I would take a look at that as an option. Not saying they should do it, because if the Bucs are by week 10, 9, 10, if the Bucs are 6-3, well, you might want to hold on to them. But if the Bucs are 3-6 and their season is not going anywhere and they have a crushing loss to the Lions or somewhere up in there, then what do you do? I just hope the Bucs, if they have an opportunity to gain assets for Mike Evans, if that option is available, do not pull a O.J. Howard. Do not pull what they pulled with O.J. Howard. They could have got rid of O.J. Howard and they could have got a draft pick. And what was it, 3rd, 4th round, something like that? 5th round, whatever. They didn't do it. And then they end up getting nothing for O.J. Howard. And look where he's at now. A terrible pick. His career is done. There will be no renaissance. He figured it out. No, it's over. It was over with before he left the Bucs. Matter of fact, somebody made a comment. It was over with when they signed Gronkowski. It's over with. So in other words, O.J. Howard's career with the Tampa Bay Bucs was basically mediocre at best. See, O.J. Howard wasn't a big deal before Brady got here. See, once Brady got here, it became a big deal. Oh, O.J. Howard, that was a terrible pick. Well, it was already a bad pick before Brady got here. But see, we don't want to talk about that because that wasn't the focus. Another questionable pick by Jason Light that did not turn out to be a above average player. And we have a couple of those guys right now on the team, young guys, that are on the borderline of that path, that trajectory. They're going to end up being okay players at best. And these are 1st, 2nd, and 3rd round players. As a matter of fact, he got one on the roster right now, Keyshawn Vaughn. Third round pick. That man was not a 3rd round running back. Clear to see that, but Jason Light thought he was the smartest GM in the room, and he's clearly not. There are several GMs I would take over him in a heartbeat. And this isn't, I'm just giving y'all the facts. I'm giving y'all the football perspective. Now, from a fan perspective, I'm riding with my team, I'm riding with my organization. But I got to give it to you from a football perspective to get your minds right. But that's going back to Mike Evans. It will be a very, very questionable decision to pay a receiver $23-24 million. He's not a top 10 receiver right now. Yes, he's put up 9 consecutive 1,000-yard seasons. But when you talk about the top tier guys, they don't mention him for whatever reason. They have their reasons. But in today's NFL, there are several receivers that you can name out right away. And I understand why Mike Evans and his team want the money. Because this is their last contract. Whatever he get now, this is it. This is it for him. End of the road, Jack. Not directly. I'm not, trying to play Mike Evans. I'm just saying in general, it's end of the road, Jack. For most players in his position, it's end of the road. You're not getting any more big-term contracts. There's a few exceptions, but exceptions don't make the rule. You got 100 contracts, and 78 of them don't go well after 30. 22 after 30, they get paid a little, they get paid another nice little piece of change. That doesn't make the rule. That doesn't increase the odds. That means your odds are like basically 1 in 4. For every 4 players, only 1 will get a contract that's decent and a above average contract after 30. See what I'm saying? Out of 100 players. I'm just giving you an example with numbers, quantitative. We're talking quantitative now. We're talking hardcore numbers now. Exceptions don't make the rule when it comes to contracts. Antonio Santiago III. What's up, man? Pat Williams, King Cook. I'm crispy, man. Exceptions don't make the rule. So in Mike Evans' case, you want him to be an exception, but that's not how the Glazers see it. And this is all on the owners. I understand why the owners don't want to pay him a ton of money with a big guarantee. Can you imagine Mike Evans getting a 3-year deal for like $70 million and like 60 of it guaranteed? Yikes. At receiver, he's not getting any faster. He's not going to become this top tier receiver after 30. The numbers show that. Dub, what's up, man? Clap 5 white. I clap you in a coma. Madness. I can snap at any moment. I pop eyes. Why I oughta. Bars. That's a reach. But I'm just saying, I just hope everybody calms down and focus on the season. Understand that Mike Evans is not the top priority. As a matter of fact, you can name a few guys that you have to put in front of Mike Evans. You have to put Tristan Wirfs, Winfield Jr., Devin White, and down the road, Chris Godwin, Carlton Davis. You got to put those guys in front of Evans. You got to. Exactly. Kimberly Watson. I think like I said, the Bucs are they are in a youth movement in a lot of positions. They got to get younger and better. If they're able to keep some of the older guys, that's great. But it's funny, we laugh at Mahomes last night, but if you think about it, his receiving core is super young. His receiving core, his main Rashid Rice and Sky Moore, Kadarius Toney, Valdez Scantling, Blake Bell, Justin Watson. Those guys are not old. He had 5,000. He had 5,200 yards last year without a number 1 receiver. and they won the Super Bowl. And he had 5,000 yards with no number one receiver. If those guys, if Sky Moore, Rashidi Rice, and Kadarius Toney figure it out with his hands, his brick hands, and Blake Bell figure it out, Justin Watson continues to develop as a deep threat, the Chiefs are going to be very deep at receiver if those guys develop. And the Bucs are they're on the right trajectory when it comes to the receiving core. Chris Godwin, 27, Trey Palmer and Raheem Jarrett, under 25. They're doing it. I think, Devin Tompkins, they're doing it. Cade Otton, under 25. Cole Keith, under 25. They're doing it. I think they probably going to need another 2 receivers, in my opinion. Just about 2 more. 2 more. Under 27. And the Bucs receiving core going to be crazy good. 2 more. Maybe add another tight end. 2 more receivers. If those running backs pan out, Rachaad White and Sean Tucker, now you talk about all the skill guys under 27. All the skill guys. Going by next year, all the skill guys, starters, should be under 27. That would be a beautiful thing for the Bucs, and hopefully they all turn to be average and above players. So the Bucs' future, and I'm gonna keep saying this, if they stay on course and get that O-line right, their future is gonna be good. Get that quarterback and the O-line situation right, and possibly the head coach situation right. The Bucs are gonna be dangerous. You just got to stay the course, and no more ridiculous picks on the O-line. Small school, stop that. Take a small school guy that was a tackle, stop that. Just draft the tackle next year. Just get one. Because as of right now, Luke Gedeke is one of the worst right tackles in the NFL, even though he hasn't played much of it since he's been in the league, which is not he in his second year. But I'm just saying, I don't have Luke Gedeke nowhere bottom 5 right tackle going into the season. That's the recipe for trouble. We better hope Cody Mulch become a Ali Marpet right away. Because Luke Gedeke is going to have a tough time against the Bosa's, the Von Millers, the Danielle Hunters, the Cameron Jordans. He's going to have a tough time. The Aiden Hutchinson, the Gregory Rousseau. He's going to have a tough time. He might look worse than Donovan Smith this year. He might look just as bad or even worse. The Bucs are 2 years behind because of the 2021 and 2022 draft class. They are 2 years behind. Now they got to catch up because those 2 draft classes didn't produce exceptional players. That's what happens when you fall behind. You can't afford to fall behind when it comes to the Bucs. So now they did a kind of like a mini reset with the 2023 draft class, which is pretty good to me. But they need 2 more of those. They need 2 more 2023 draft classes. In 2024 and 2025, the Bucs are going to be a major problem. But I'm not sticking my neck out there this year. I'm not doing that. I can't do it. Won't do it. Because I know exactly where this team is at. It's from going into the season. Now, I don't know how they're going to end up, but as far as going into the season, I know what they look like. A middling team. And that gives you, that's a little foreshadowing when it comes to the schedule, when it comes to the record prediction at the end. That gives you a little foreshadowing. I'm giving y'all some nuggets here. Hopefully, I'll catch it on. They're not terrible. They're not really, really good going into the season. They'll have some flashes. They'll have some flashes in the pan. They'll win some games. They're too good to be a top 5 team, or they're too bad. They're too good of a team as a whole, especially because of the defense. Let's just cut. Let's stop sugarcoating. It's because of the defense. The Bucs won't be terrible. I don't think they'll be picking in the top 5. In my opinion. Because of the defense, not because of the OC and the quarterback and the O-line. But anyway, let's get to, as I transition into the Bucs schedule prediction. Now let's get through this, right? We're gonna have a little fun with this, right? I don't want to take up all your time on Friday night, but let's get to it. Let's get to it. Man, hold up. I'm crispy, man. So, the Bucs schedule. First game of the season. We talked about this yesterday. Yesterday. Hmm? What the hell going on here? We talked about this yesterday. All right. It is what it is. So let me get through this. And let me hear you guys' thoughts on the schedule, right? So let's make this all right, here we go. First game of the season. I went over the preview. I gave you the breakdown of that game. Let me get my I'll just do it like this. Where is there we go. Bucs at Vikings. Oh, what the hell? Paperweight. So here's my schedule prediction. The Vikings game. I got the Vikings winning. I know. You guys are going to be, Eagle already starting. Relax. It's only one game. We just started. I got the Vikings winning. I got the Vikings winning 24-10. And you're going to ask me why? Because this is the first game of the season, and I think, even the Bucs scored 10 points. I just think that we'll see some improvement as the season progresses. But the first game of the season, brand new OC, Baker Mayfield, questions on the O-line, running game, question mark. First game of the season, that's a lot. That is a lot. You know what I'm saying? That is a lot to take into the first game. If the Bucs were more built like the Lions in the trenches, then I can flip that score. But they're not built like that. They're not built. And the great thing about it, watching the Lions last night, is a great example of, just make the pick, make the right pick, and develop those guys. Tyler Decker, Penei Sewell, the guards, center, the running game. Even though their quarterback ceiling is low, but they're going to be a good team. The defense is better, clearly. They got some young talent. Aaron Glenn. So in the Bucs case, if they had these things checked off, the Bucs can look. I will say this: the Bucs will, in my opinion, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say this. It might be risky, but I'll do this. Next year, the Bucs will be kind of like that. Going into the season in 2024, it's gonna be like, oh, okay, we already know what time it is. But this year, it's just not the year for them to be that type of team. Not ready yet. Too many red flags, or red and yellow flags. Specifically, coaching, OC, quarterback, running game, and the right side of the O line, and even the left guard. We don't know what he's gonna be in this system. It's gonna be rough the first game, but it's just the first game, folks. I got the Vikings winning 24-10. It will be a struggle, but don't trip. Okay. Second game. Bears. We're gonna beat the Bears. Third game, Eagles. That's an L. Okay. Eagles is an L. That's a Monday night game. Monday Night Football. Prime time. We only got two. you got time. You want to talk about crypto? We only got two primetime games. I told you it's a wrap. For them primetime games, it's over with. Unless the Bucs become this elite team this year, we ain't getting no more primetime games. It's over with. Brady days are over with. At the Saints. That's an L. Versus the Lions. That's an L. Falcons. We'll beat them at home. So that's what we are. What 2-4 in the first 6 games. But don't trip, folks. There's hope. Trust me. Watch this. Don't trip. At Buffalo, that's an L. We'll probably see. Well, in this scenario, we'll probably see Kyle Trask in this scenario. Texans, that's a dub. It's gonna get good, folks. Relax. Titans, that's a dub. I'm gonna tell you why. My machete, disloyal, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because it always takes somebody's side. 49ers, that's an L. Now remember, this is going into the season. Now, we don't know what's going to happen during the season, but I'm just giving y'all. Everybody else doing it, so I can do it too, right? I can do a schedule prediction, right? Why can't I do it? My way. The Colts, that's a dub. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So after 12 games, I'm sorry, after 11 games, I'm sorry. The Bucs at this point have victories over the Bears, the Falcons, the Texans, the Titans, and the Colts. I think they're better than those teams. Hands down. Without a doubt. It's 5-6. That's not bad. That is 5-6 after week 11. Y'all still tripping? You still tripping? Reaper real. 5-6 after 11 weeks. That's not bad at all. But like I said, the Bucs are not terrible, but they're going to beat teams that they're supposed to beat. The Bears, the Falcons, the Texans, and Titans, and the Colts. Those are not good teams. In my opinion, they got too many holes. Now the Falcons might be a little scrappy, right? They'll be a little scrappy. Panthers. I think we'll get that dub. Now we're 6-6. You still tripping? You know, we look. I told y'all. That's 6-6 right there. That's not bad. Y'all still tripping? I told y'all are gonna be in for a surprise. But here, when you look at the schedule, it's pretty obvious that I'm picking the Bucs to win the games they're supposed to win. These are the teams that they're going to beat are not really good. They'll be scrappy, but I think we're going to split with the Falcons. So I got the Falcons with losing at this Mercedes-Benz Superdome, losing to the Packers in Green Bay at Lambeau. So that's 6-8. Losing to the Jags. 6-9. We're gonna beat the Saints at home, and we're gonna lose to the Panthers. We'll split with the Panthers and Falcons and Saints. We're gonna split our. I think we're gonna split. We're gonna split the division. So I got us finished in 7-10. 7-10. But how this plays out in my eyes, yeah, it's 7-10, but there's going to be a lot of improvement. Most likely, if this scenario plays out, we're going to see Kyle Trask. I think we're one game worse than last year. But here's the thing: the Bucs don't have a high ceiling, and they don't have a low ceiling. In my opinion, I think the lowest amount of games they can win is 6. The highest amount of games is 8. But in my case, in my scenario, 7 wins. But if you had to do an over under or a range, 6-8 wins. This is a 6-8 win team. But in my hard quoted pick, 7-10. Yeah, exactly, Sean. It sounds about right. Some of you probably gonna be mad. Oh, I got the Bucs going 12-5. Good luck. You want to bet? I'll take anybody you want to bet. If you're gonna reach that hard about the Bucs, go ahead. I'll bet you. What you want to do? 1 digit, 2 digits, 3 digits, 4 digits, 5 digits? You want? How far do you want to go with the bet? We can bet. I ain't got time to argue. I ain't got time to do none of that. Put your money where your mouth at. Make sure you pay me. I'm taking all $20 bets. Matter of fact, I'll make it even easier. I don't want to hurt somebody's pockets. Anybody that got the Bucs winning a ton of games, I bet you $20. $20. That's an open bet for anybody. That if you got that much faith in the team, put your money up. Yes, that Pat, I can go 5 digits. Oh, we got one. Hey, please somebody write this down. Rashad West, $50 bet. Matter of fact, I can't say that. 50 cases or 50 give me 50 bottles. I can say 50 bottles. How can I say this? Go to Trader Joe's and give me 50 of those cucumber watermelon juices. Okay, $20. Okay, 20 of those cases, right? 20 cases. 20 give me a 20-piece chicken. 20-piece chicken. Rashad West. I know my powers and my sea bandits. I hope y'all see this. Anybody else? Anybody else want to owe me 20 pieces of chicken? I'm writing this down. Don't run. Does anybody agree with 12-5? Does any outside of Rashad? Does anybody else agree with 12-5? I got the Bucs going 7-10. Oh, the bet is the Bucs are going to win 12. Well, for in Rashad West's case, he got the Bucs going 12-5, and I have the Bucs going 7-10. And I said anybody got the Bucs winning a ton of games, let's bet. Now, what do you consider a ton of games? That's up to you. But I don't consider 9 a ton of games, even 10. Now, if you got the Bucs winning 11, 12, 13 games, 20 pieces of chicken, however many pieces of chicken you can afford. I I don't how do you, what do you see 12 wins at? I'm literally looking at the schedule. I'm looking at the schedule, how the team is built, question marks, OC. I'm just trying to figure out 12 wins. I couldn't even manifest 12 wins. How are we better than last year? I'm just trying to figure that out too. Because if we win that many games, 10, 11, 12, 13 games, that means we are significantly better than last year. Which I don't think that's the case. We're going to beat the teams that we're supposed to beat. Let's make that clear. That is the Bears. We're going to split with the Falcons and Panthers and Saints. We're going to beat the Texans. We're going to beat the Titans. We're going to beat the Colts. And we're going to, that's 7 wins. There's 5. I will say this. There are 5. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Let me say like 1, 2, 3. There are 4 guaranteed wins. There are 4 guaranteed wins. There's the Bears, the Texans, Titans, and the Colts. Those are 4. Those are give me games. Those are give me. If the Bucs lose, I'll say it like this: the Bucs cannot lose those games. For the Bucs to go 7-10 in my scenario, they cannot lose any one of those games. That is the Bears, the Titans, the Texans, and the Colts. They cannot lose none of those games. They have to win all 4 for the Bucs to get 7 wins. I gave y'all my explanation on when I think about the Bucs. Y'all see my hashtag transitional year. I'm going to stand on that. I'm going to grow with the team. I'm going to root this team on as a fan of the Bucs, even when they're doing bad, because I know there's going to be some growing pains. In my opinion, based on the facts that I know about the Bucs going into the season, they are not significantly better than last year. The defense going to look. The defense going to look like they looked last year. They're going to look good. But as a team, the Bucs are not significantly better than last year. Now, if you believe that, by all means, no hate, no disrespect, agree to disagree. You don't have to believe me, and I don't have to agree with you. You don't have to agree with me. It's cool. It's all up. I stand on what I say. I stand 10 toes on what I say. And I've been pretty good at this. And the funny thing about it is, my concern with the Bucs, and it's always been like this since 2021. Every time matter of fact, going back to 2020, the Super Bowl year, every time the Bucs play a competent team, competent head coach, competent offense, competent defense, averaging above teams, they struggle. We have the facts. We have the data. The year they won the Super Bowl, I'm sorry. Matter of fact, they were 7-5. They finished 11-5 regular season, and then the next season they finished 13-4. But those 4 losses, they went 5-4 against competent teams. So we do have facts about when the Bucs play teams with a competent coach, competent roster. Those are facts. There's no spinning it around. There's no trying to semantic your way out of that because we have the data and we have the tape. I've watched last year's tape. I've watched 2021's tape. I even watched the Super Bowl winning season. Every time we play a competent coach with a competent roster, that means an average and above roster, the Bucs struggled for the last 3 years, including the Super Bowl season. That is a fact. The year they went 13-4, the Bucs at their peak, 13-4, 5-4 against competent teams with a competent coach and a competent roster. 5-4. If the team is terrible, the Bucs win and they win. I'll say that kind of wrong. When the Bucs play a terrible team, and they got 4 of them, they're gonna win, and they're gonna get hype. You guys are gonna get hype. Oh, the Bucs, they beat the Bears. I'm gonna beat your chest. Oh, the Bucs beat the Colts. The Bucs beat the Texans. The Bucs beat the Titans. You're gonna beat your chest on those 4 games. I already know that. But when the Bucs lose, are you gonna beat your chest still? That's what's gonna tell me what type of fan you is. Because when the Bucs play bad, are you still gonna be down for your team? Are you gonna complain? When I mean complain, I'm talking about just, I don't want to say the word, but the BITCH, ING. Instead of accepting the team for what they are as the season go along, you're going to try to force yourself to believe that the team is better than what the record says. So let's just say if they lose a game, you're going to justify the loss of something. You're going to make excuses why they lost the game. Can't do that. The beautiful thing about schedule predictions, everybody does it. All the fan bases do it. Their platforms do it all over the place. Some are optimistic. Some fan bases, when they pick their team schedule and their team record prediction, some fans are heavily optimistic. I've seen it. Some of the football analysts, the talking heads, all these big platforms, some of them are optimistic because they have a tie to the team. Like they just super optimistic. And we see that every season. We see it with the Cowboys. Just hyper optimistic Super Bowl team, right? See, me in this particular season, because remember in 2020, even last year, I had picked the Bucs to go 11-6. I was 3 games off. They finished 8-9. So all I'm saying is, I have to do this. I've been doing it for several years now. I make a schedule prediction and I go with it. And does it play out exactly what I say? No, not all the time. Some of the games do play out the way I say it's going to play out. Like there's a couple games that I picked the Bucs to win. They actually won the game. And there's some games that I picked the Bucs to lose. They actually lose. There are some games that I picked them to lose and they actually won. So it happens. I can't get them all right. I'm just going off of what I know about football. From the highest level, former players make predictions, all the way down to the small people like me. We all do this. Don't get mad. Suck it up. Because you can make your prediction, and if your prediction don't work out, what you gonna do? What's up, Bucs fan? Yeah, see, some people just too optimistic. It's like they just completely disregard, and they just making themselves believe something that's not really there. They don't even know what the team look like. Like me, I don't know what the team's gonna look like, but what I do know about the team is what I'm gonna go about. What I do know about the team is how I look at the schedule. That's all I'm saying. And I'm basing this record off of what I know about the Bucs, not what could happen. No. Because if you play the coulda, shoulda, woulda game, because then what happens when the games that you had them winning, they lose? Now you're gonna find yourself making excuses about what the Bucs could have did this and the Bucs should have did. No. This is why I say be careful when you're making these schedule predictions. Try to be realistic. Hashtag, what does your eyes tell you? What do the Bucs look like? That's how you should look at the schedule prediction. Now, I don't make changes. When I make my prediction on my schedule, I stick with it. So if the Bucs finish 10-7, I'm 3 games off. I got it wrong. But based on my football brain and how I'm looking at the team, at the quarterback situation, the OC situation, the O-line situation, the running game situation, that is not a 10-win team or a 10-plus win team. That is not a 9-win plus team. Now, mind you, they can win more than 9 games, 9 or more games, but like I said before, and I'm going to stand on this too, 10 toes. Do you understand how many things have to happen for the Bucs to win a ton of games? They have to get the bounces. The teams that they play that they're going to lose to, they have to get injured. They have to get injured. Because if both teams are healthy, we're going to lose some of these games. Look, can we beat the Vikings? Can we beat the Eagles? Can we beat the Bills? Can we beat the 49ers? Can we beat the Packers? Sure. But those rosters are better overall. Those 5 games right there, the rosters are better. The coaching is better. That's a fact. That ain't no, I'm just hating on the Bucs. No, that's a legit football fact. Those rosters are better. The coaching is better. Say, where am I wrong at? In those 5 games, where am I wrong at? See, what I mean by roster, I don't mean 22 players. I mean by 53, including the coach. Those 5 games, the roster is just better overall. The coaching is better overall. What out of those teams right there, can you make an argument that the Bucs roster is better than them? Like, for real? Because for some strange reason, when people look at rosters, they only look at 22 players. I don't. 53 guys. That's what you. Matter of fact, I'll give you a better question. Just a couple years ago, matter of fact, even last year, but the last 3 years, every time you've seen the roster rankings, where did you see the Bucs at? Before Brady retired, from 2020 to 2022, when he did the roster rankings, where did you see the Bucs at? Don't worry, I'll wait. Because for whatever reason, those same people do roster rankings this year, and we're nowhere even near the same rankings. Why? Why? Because if that's the case, if they had that much faith in our team, in my team, why couldn't they keep the Bucs as a top tier roster? Why? What's the big change from going from a top 5, top 10 roster to now when you look at some of these roster rankings, we're not even in the top 20. I'm just giving y'all the overall picture. I'm just saying. So don't get mad at me. Go in the corner over there, make your own schedule prediction, and have at it. But I stand 10 toes on what I say. And I'm gonna ride with that. I'm not one of the people that make changes during the year. I'm gonna change the game here. On second thought, I'm gonna change. No, 7-10. If they go 10-7, 9-8, 11-6, 12-5, whatever the case, whatever you pick, if they do that, congratulations. But please understand this. Please understand this. Do not run away if the Bucs don't win the games you picked them to win. Because I'm going to be right here every Sunday. Well, I don't say every Sunday, but every Sunday, Monday, whatever the case may be, if I have time, I'm going to be here. I've been doing this for several years. I don't run from no smoke. If I get it wrong, I get it wrong, but I don't run. So if you got the Bucs winning a ton of games, congratulations. Stand on it. Do not give me excuses because I'm not going to want to hear it. Because if I give excuses, you're gonna come at me. So I cannot let you give me excuses if they lose games. I'm just saying. But anyway, there you have it. We talked about Mike Williams. We talked about Mike Evans' contract or Mike Williams' health status. We talked about Mike Evans' contract, and I basically went down the schedule, and I gave you my prediction. We are right at about an hour and 10 minutes. Tell me your thoughts in the comment section. Make your own schedule predictions. I'm not changing mine. I'm not built that way. You can't manipulate me. It doesn't work. You can try. But if you've been on the channel for a long time, there's no manipulate. You can't manipulate me. It doesn't work. Go make your own schedule prediction. I'm not changing mine. 7-10. Transitional year. Hashtag transitional year. Anyway, shouts out to all the Powers of Sea Bandits. Thank you for joining this live stream. Sunday is around the corner, folks. It's on and popping. Let's get this season going, folks. There's going to be some highs. There's going to be some lows. Relax. Take it game by game. Things can change. Variables can change. Injuries can happen. The balls can bounce our way. Things can change. Trust and believe that. That's how NFL is full of parity, right? So don't have your heads down because I picked 7-10. It's okay. The luck of the bounce and some injuries on some of these games, we can win. I have to get my prediction. I hope y'all ready for Sunday. I am. I wish I could have been at the game, but that's not the case. But I'll be live streaming, though. I'm just saying. Stay tuned for my avatars because my avatar is gonna be different every week. So today's avatar is Milk Dud Man, Todd Bowles. I thought about Donovan Smith avatar, but look, Pat. One thing I would say about this: in week 1, overreaction Mondays. It always happens every year. When we beat the Cowboys last year, I was at the game. When we beat the Cowboys in Dallas, oh yeah, what happened? That's what I say. Be careful, folks. If we beat the Vikings, be careful. Do not get above your head. Don't get so big-headed. Hashtag stay humble. Stay humble. I'm just saying. Y'all gotta chill, man. Cause we beat them Cowboys 19-3. Everybody's hyped up. Oh, the Bucs is raw. They raw as hell. They crispy. And then as the season played out, it was like, yikes. And like I said, in my personal opinion, I don't think the Bucs are better than last season. In my personal opinion, I don't see it. But who knows? We're gonna see. But stay tuned Sunday. I will be ready. 12 o'clock my time, 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 12 o'clock CST, 11 o'clock Mountain Time, 10 o'clock Pacific Time. So, question marks, folks. Hashtag transitional year. Hashtag pay Mike. Hashtag life after Brady. Hashtag the season here. Hashtag what does your eyes tell you? Hashtag facts over feelings. Hashtag don't get mad at me. I don't play the game. I just talk about it. Hashtag reality over optimism. Hashtag facts over feelings. Facts will always win. I'll see y'all Sunday. Buckle up, folks. It's about to get fun. I'll holler. Because I'm crispy, man.